RSV is a respiratory virus. It peaks generally in the late fall. It occurs around the same time that influenza is prevalent as well as COVID-19. So it's one of the, constellation of respiratory viruses. Certainly, symptoms manifest obviously as coughs, fevers. You get the viral prodrome, which is the achy. You have a sense of achiness, fatigue, shortness of breath. So that's how it presents. And the individuals that we are most concerned about are those who have an immune compromised status. So that can be someone with an immunocompromised disease like lupus or cancer, but also older individuals. So folks over the age of 60 um, tend to be more affected than those who are younger. So that's a general overview of RSV. Recently has been released a RSV vaccine, and it was used for the first time in 2023-24. This is the first time that this is the second year that it's been in wide distribution. The goal of the study was to better understand its effectiveness. It had been studied, of course, excuse me, for FDA approval, but there hadn't been as broad a study as this. So we brought together through the CDC's Vision Network. That network studies vaccine effectiveness in influenza, COVID, and RSV. That group of 8 sites across the country contributed data to study the effectiveness of the RSV vaccine, both in the emergency department and in the hospital. For adults age 60 and older, RSV vaccines reduce the likelihood of RSV-associated hospitalizations by about 80%. That means you were 80% less likely to be hospitalized if you had the RSV vaccine. We also looked at critical illnesses, those people who went into the intensive care unit. That also was reduced by 81%. Your likelihood for an emergency department counter, if you came in with an RSV associated illness, we reduced your likelihood of having to be seen in the ER by about 77%. So what we saw was excellent effectiveness in reducing your risk for complications from the RSV virus. We also did study older adults with weakened immune systems, and the effectiveness there, we saw that the likelihood for hospitalization was reduced by 73%. Again, those would be in the immune compromised folks, and again, excellent effectiveness. Effectivenesses above 80% are outstanding. And in fact, even for the immune compromised group, an effectiveness of 73% is excellent. And so the vaccine works, I guess, is the bottom line, if I wanted to state it simply. So quite impressed with the effectiveness across the board, both for ER and hospitalizations and even intensive care unit admissions. So recently, the recommendations coming out of CDC were updated, informed by this study. So now the CDC recommends that anyone over the age of 75 should be vaccinated for RSV. Folks older than 60, between 60 and 75, should be there should be some shared decision making about a person's risks and their need for the vaccine. Certainly, anyone with any immune compromised condition should be considered for the vaccine as well.